Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Devon Franklin, and this is a Radio 1 original. Yeah, I think sometimes love is, first of all, finding love, keeping love. It is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. And a lot of times, just going through the dating process, we're all trying to figure out at times who's the right fit. And that's an exploration, that's a journey. And sometimes when you're dating a person relative to your growth at that moment. But as you grow, your tastes may change. So I think one of the areas where we as men get it wrong is we are too afraid to commit. I believe that boys play, men commit. I believe that you can identify who a man is by what he's committed to. And too often we as men buy into this idea that commitment makes us weak, commitment restricts our freedom, and we fear commitment. Whereas I believe when we do that, we actually get it wrong in love, because a lot of times we can overlook or let go of some incredible women that really could be the right fit. So I would encourage any man, instead of fearing commitment, run to it with the right one, because on the other side of that commitment truly is the opportunity to be the man that you're called to be. And I also believe where women sometimes get it wrong is that they can put their own needs onto the need of the man. And what does that mean? Men and women think differently. We operate differently. So sometimes I've seen women want a man to do it the way that they want it to be done, instead of allowing that man to do it in his way but still get the same result. And this can sometimes disrupt the relationship, because there's an expectation of how something should go down, but the man, he may agree with the end result, but he may resist. So how sometimes the woman can be so pressuring in the way in which it's done. So I think sometimes women can go wrong by putting too much pressure too soon, by putting too much on the relationship before it's ready to handle that. And I think sometimes it's just important to just take it slow, take it one step at a time, be clear about what you want. Don't let a man keep you in a gray area, but at the same time, don't try to microwave the process. Give it time to let it become what it was created to be. A good way to pursue a woman without being creepy or falling into the friend zone is confidence. And just because you're a man doesn't mean you automatically have it. And this is one of the things that I challenge in my new book, The Truth About Men, that so often there's this a box. I call it the man box, so to speak. Well, it's called the man box in other books. I call it the box. And this box has all the things that men are supposed to be, and confident is one of them, especially when it comes to getting women. Sometimes when you're a man and you're not confident, that can be an area where you feel very insecure. So I would encourage, a man that feels that way to conquer your fears. Make your fears your to-do list. You got to put yourself out there. I remember growing up, I wasn't always the easiest talking to women. And so this area of confidence was something I struggled with. And so what did I have to do? I had to make myself uncomfortable. There were times where I had to go, nowadays they don't even ask for anybody's number, just DM me. I'm sure that's what goes on. Well, back in the day, you had to ask for the girl's number. And so there were times where I had to be at events and I had to put myself out there. And there were times she'd say no. And I would be rejected, but it was okay. What did it do? It built my character. It allowed me to get over the fear. And once I got over my fear, it really built my confidence. Confidence for men is like the right cologne. And women can smell it if you have it or if you don't. So even if you're a nice guy, that doesn't mean that you can't have confidence. Confidence of who you are. Appreciation for where you know you're going. And when you wear that, the women around you or the woman you might be interested in will smell it. However, if you're insecure, if you're fearful, if you're timid, that can also be a big turnoff to women. So I would encourage any man, if you're afraid, it's all right. Allow your confidence to come through by building it one experience at a time. However, if she says no, no means no. Not maybe, not try harder. Go find somebody else who may say yes. I have a new book out called The Truth About Men, what men and women need to know. And this book is all about love. It's what we as men have to do to learn to love ourselves, learn to love the women in our lives, and really become the men that we were created to be. And I also have a lot of information in the book for women too. It's important for us to stop talking at one another, to talk with one another. And what better way to start talking with one another but by building a better understanding of who we are. There's a lot that we as men can do to learn how to love and become who we know we can be. And I wanted this book to be a manual that can show us how to do it without fear. Matter of fact, conquer those fears and also become men of integrity, men of character, and also giving women some vital information that I don't believe they currently have. And I believe this book will be the missing link.